and welcome to our first full moon of 2021. I'm so excited to be here with you under the full wolf moon. Although the moon actually reached its fullness yesterday, um, we are basking still, as always, for 3 days um, before and 3 days after the full moon. The energies are still strong. So I'm excited to be here with all of you today in the Yoga Goddess Support Circle. My name is Zara Haji, and I am the creator and founder of Yoga Goddess. And I'm just so happy to be sharing space with all of you under the first full moon of 2021, the wolf moon. And as our circle starts to gather, I love knowing who's joining us and from where, since we have an incredible community of women literally all over the world. So I'd love to know where you're joining us from as you come into the circle. And I'm just adjusting my lighting here. There we go. Um, Here we go. All right. So as you start to join, please let me know where you're joining us from and who's joining us. I'm not sure my comments are working. If you write something, oh, there we are. Hi, Tabitha. Welcome. Tabitha is my wonderful virtual assistant. Always happy to know who's joining us. So please let me know in the comments. Hi, Rose. Welcome. Lovely to see you. Rose just graduated from the 300-hour yoga teacher training that we just completed with Yoga Farm. So for those of you who may not know this, I have started to teach again, which I'm so excited about. If you've ever been curious to learn more about working with feminine cycles and the moon, check out Yoga Farm. We're actually doing an interview with them tomorrow, which I'll talk more about at the end of our live. If you are a yoga teacher or want to become a yoga teacher, I'd like to let you know about that program. All right, so let's see who else is here. Hello, Liz. Welcome from Long Island, New York. And Michelle, welcome from Missouri. Marta, hola, coming from Barcelona. Nice to see you. And April, welcome from Montreal. I'm curious. Natasha, nice to see you. I'm curious where you all are in your cycle. I happen to be ovulating with this full moon. So I guess that means I'm on a white moon cycle. I started with the waxing crescent, so I thought I was in a pink moon cycle, but hey, it's always interesting to figure out where you are. So I'm curious who all is on a red moon cycle and getting their period right now, who all is ovulating. If you'd like to share, you can put it in the comments. Hi, Sari, welcome from London. And Doris, welcome from Colombia. April, cool. So you ovulated right with the full moon. Awesome. And Katy, welcome. Or Katie, I always say Katy because I had a friend in Spain called Katy. From Pasadena, California. Welcome. Siri thinks I'm talking to her. No.
I'm not sure I understand.
All right, let's make sure Siri stops talking to me. I'm going to put this on airplane mode. All right. And Natasha, cool, you're ovulating too. Kemba, welcome from Trinidad and Tobago. That's so cool. And Tabitha, you're also in your mother phase. Cool. Alyssa from Ithaca, welcome. I love seeing our circle virtually start to form and come together. And it's always nice to know who's joining us live and who, there's always women who join on the replay. So as our circle forms, it's beautiful to bring your presence forward so we know who's in the space. And you're all held in the space, whether you're live or you're coming to join us later in the replay. Okay, So today is the wolf. We're talking about the wolf moon. So as you know, wolves they run in packs, and I think this is a beautiful metaphor for women who also really need their their girlfriends. They really need their circle of women, of confidants, of sisters. And when the feminine works together, we really hold each other up. And traditionally, women always gathered under the red tents to menstruate together. And whole communities were guided by the wisdom of women who who fasted and meditated and prayed and took care of one another during the menstrual phase of their cycles. And many women would menstruate with the new moon and ovulate with the full moon. So, if you follow that white moon cycle, know that you're also in rhythm with Mother Earth, whose soil in planting season, obviously not now in winter if you're like me in the northern hemisphere, in the planting season, the earth is also most fertile at the full moon. So if you're ovulating with the full moon right now, know that you're in rhythm with the earth's fertility cycle. And it's been a long time for me, I'll be honest, where I felt energized at the full moon. And this month I actually do. I just recently found out that my vitamin D levels are in the toilet and just started supplementing yesterday. And amazingly, I do feel better. And so here's my sunshine color. And today we're going to be meditating with the beautiful moon rays that Miranda Gray channels for every full moon. And this month, I think it's green and pale orange, light green and pale orange. Yes, light green and pale orange. So we're going to be calling on, um, or receiving, I should say, these moon rays. Um, and we'll be doing that in meditation together shortly. So before we get started, I always like to set forth kind of an intention to hold and to give you a chance to connect with and meditate on. And the question I love to answer for the wolf moon is, what is your soul howling for? So coming back to the theme of the wolf and thinking about the call of the wolf and that deep howl, that longing, um, that comes. It feels like it comes right from the depths of the wolf when the wolf howls into the moon, into the sky. So I just ask you um, to sit with that question for a moment, and maybe you know right away what your soul is howling for, and maybe you need to sit with that question and let the answer come to you. And if you get a hit right away and you'd like to share in the comments, please go ahead. And maybe you want to have a journal close by and write for yourself a little bit along that, to answer that question for yourself. What is my soul howling for? So I'll just give you a few moments to do that as I find my meditation notes. Let's make sure they're here. It should be here. All right. They're usually right here. And I'll tell you a little bit about what came up for me in terms of what my soul has been howling for. And let's see if anyone's added any comments. Okay. Liz says to be content where I am in life at this moment. That's so beautiful, Liz. So I don't know about you, but it's been feeling really stagnant this last year of 2020. Has felt like the longest year ever in life. And there hasn't been a lot of movement. There hasn't been a lot of momentum in everyday life. And yet, there has been lots of movement in a lot of other ways collectively. So, our movements are sort of restrained right now, especially here where I live in Toronto, Canada. We're in lockdown and we have been in lockdown um, since December. And so our movements are limited and, you can't gather with people. And there's this sense of sort of like sameness, right? Um, which at this point I'm tired of personally. So the the good news is that 2021, if we look at the numerology of this year, is a five. It's a 5 year, and what five means is change. So there's going to be movement. There's going to be ripples in the collective of changing, of shifting, of hopefully more movement, and hopefully that includes travel. Not sure yet, but let's see. Maybe that's my personal wish. But in general, a five universal year, it's talking about shaking things up, shaking up the status quo. So that's exciting for me to know that, we came out of a 4 year and it was a 22 4 year. So there was a sense of visionary. We were all expecting, to have like vision into the future. And God knows we weren't anything prepared for what happened in 2020. Um, but I think it's helped us look at perspective, changing perspective, and seeing life through a different lens, maybe a more awakened lens. And so a 4 year also denotes work. And I know for me, it was a very lots of work last year, and work that I hadn't done in years, like yoga teacher training, teaching in a training program, which I absolutely loved, but it meant adding something onto my plate without subtracting something. So, maybe you can relate last year, or maybe you got a break from work, and there was more work internally that you were doing, but it was definitely a working in progress kind of energy 2020. And so for me, my soul is definitely howling for change and kind of like painting my life with a new brush. So the intention that I would love for you to all hold with me is I've been single now for definitely more than a year, probably more like 2 years. I'd have to think about it. Um, and I would love to manifest a long term partner and to create a home and a family together. So if you have a wish that you would like us to hold with you, whether it's something your soul is howling for, April, I see you've mentioned having a child. So let's hold that intention for each other. Hi, Sabrina, welcome. So, if there is something your soul is howling for, if there is a big wish that you'd like for us to all hold in our circle, um, be welcome to write it in our chat. And we're going to be holding that energy together collectively. Thank you, April. Okay, now this is odd because I have to find my notes. Where are they? They don't usually disappear. It's very strange with this chicken. There you are. All right. Good. They're here. All right. So if anyone wants to share, I'll give you a moment to do that. And thank you, Natasha. I feel very blessed to have this circle of women that gather every full moon. And it's really a privilege for me to be able to hold this space. And we all hold the space, right? We all hold the space together for each other. Um, and so I hope that if you feel safe and if you would like to trust us to hold your soul howl for 2021, um, Stravula, what a beautiful name, also says she would like to be held with a vision of a child. Thank you. Um, Thank you, Sabrina. I really appreciate that. Melissa says, oh my God, I was going to say that I wanted to howl at the moon for my twin flame to be united with me in the same time and space. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Melissa. What a beautifully worded intention. Beautiful. Marta says, unfold the whole creative power of my womb. Beautiful. All right, Liz says, waiting to hear about a new job. It's taking a while longer than I expected. And Alyssa says, how can I be of use in the world and my community? Beautiful. All right, Sari says, I was a teacher abroad before I moved to London. I love being a teacher. It is my calling. I'm now applying for teacher training position in London. I want it so badly. My soul is crying for the chance to be my best. Oh, beautiful, Sari. And Pamela holding the intention to have a child as well. Lazara to be accepted into Cornell. Beautiful. And Natasha says, my soul is truly howling to paint my life with a new brush too. Beautiful. Okay. Eleni, stable home and long-term beautiful relationship. Okay, beautiful. So I always like to light a candle. And for Katie too, a baby. All right. So today I read something beautiful on the Moon Circles blog. Dana Gerhardt writes for every new moon and every full moon a newsletter. It's called Moon Circles. And she has a beautiful ritual I'll share with the group after our live today. And I personally am planning to do the ritual, and she says to do it before the moon rises, so you can check in your local like weather app what time the moon rises for you. And it's a beautiful ritual that starts off with burning what is in your way. So symbolically, what I'd like to, as I light this match right now, if there is something that you feel, and she talked more about like thoughts and belief systems that are in our way that we're ready to burn, um, and that this particular full moon in Leo is, you know, now isn't that beautiful, right? The Leo full moon calls on the lion, and then the Farmer's Almanac calls on the wolf. So we have the wolf and the lion, two incredibly powerful animal totems, animal energies. And so in the fire of the flame, I think that's probably the same thing, but you get it, sort of that the lion's energy. Um, what is it that you're ready to burn away? What belief, what thought that doesn't serve you? So as I light this flame, I invite you to hold that intention of letting that be burned and transformed, right? Transmuted and transformed, um, and sent up to uh, the light and return to you as unconditional love. Okay. Let me think. What do I want to do first? Let's just first actually take a moment to take a few deep breaths. Bring your hands to heart center. I like to keep the fingers together, thumbs pressed into the sternum. You can press the heels of your palms together, and then your elbows will naturally lift to parallel to the floor. Unclench your teeth so the biting surfaces of your teeth are separated. And take some centering breaths. Inhale the breath and hold it. Tuck your chin in. Straighten your neck. Exhale. And just take a moment to tune into your heart beating behind your thumb. Get quiet. And just listen to your heart. Listen to your heart beating. If you can't perceive that heartbeat, just imagine it. Tune into your heart. Now, staying in connection with your heart, let's bring the hands apart. And with the left hand, so for me it's this, although it will look opposite for you, you're going to place the palm face up. With the right hand, you're going to place the palm face down. So with the left, you receive. With the right, you give. I'm just going to move the screen. So left, receive. Right, give. All right. Imagine that all of the women in this circle are gathered energetically in your imagination, and you can feel a hand placed on top of your left hand and beneath your right hand, receiving from the left, giving from the right, from your heart. And let this circle be cast. Connect with your heart and make your presence known by either saying your name out loud or to yourself. Zara. And imagine all of the women making their presence known in our circle today, here live and later on the replay. And now imagine all the other circles gathered around the world today and yesterday and tomorrow. And the chain of women all around the earth, gathering the light of the full moon, the wolf moon, our wolf pack, all of our souls' howls gathering. Releasing your hands with your exhale, let's light this match and holding in your awareness what you would like, what thought, what belief, what limiting idea you would like to burn away in this fire. Just holding your gaze and awareness in the flame. What is it that you're ready to let burn? What memory, what thought, what belief that holds you back from your soul's howling? And letting that be offered to the flame. Okay, I'm going to put that back. All right. Oh, and you can't see my beautiful flowers, which I got for my birthday. I'll push them so that maybe you can see them. All right, so let's get ready to meditate. So I invite you to just come into a comfortable position. You can lie down or sit up. In either position, make sure that you are comfortable. Bring your awareness to your breath. And just know that this meditation is offered as a gift of gentle light from the Moon Mother for the healing, well-being, and peace of all around the world. In the silver white light of the moon, all colored energies are available to us, softened through the feminine. In this beautiful and deeply loving meditation, we breathe different colored moon rays of moonlight, different colored rays of moonlight into our womb to bring healing to all levels of our being. Each full moon brings us different colored energy to help specific areas of ourselves and our lives. Okay. So with this full moon, we are receiving the energies, or the rays, I should say, the January moon rays of light green and pale orange. With these rays of light, Miranda Gray says, we will begin to flow again. And together, the rays will push away the fatigue and stagnant energy and start us moving. These maiden energies will bring unexpected changes for the better, and the joy of the orange ray will enable us to look at everything with a positive gaze. All right, beautiful. So close your eyes, take a deep breath. Feel the weight of your body and where you're situated in space, whether it's seated or lying down. Feel the weight of your body being given over to the support beneath you, the support behind you. Let that support take more and more of your weight. And start to bring your awareness to your lower belly. Feel, know, see, or imagine your womb tree that lies within your lower belly. Its beautiful trunk splits into two main branches, and they are full of deep green leaves, small white flowers, and red jewel-like fruits on the end. Imagine your womb tree's roots grow deep down into the darkness of the earth, connecting you and anchoring you, allowing you to receive golden energy into your womb. Follow them down and let this energy draw up through your womb tree roots into your womb. As this energy rises through and up the center channel of your body, look up through your mind's eye to the full moon above. Become aware of this full moon, her beautiful radiant light above you, bathing you in the most beautiful silvery white light that washes through your aura and over your skin. Within this silvery white light lie all the colors of the rainbow, softened into a gentler feminine vibration. See or feel that within the moonlight are individual rays of light green and pale orange. The light green and pale orange light flows over you and through you, down your body and into your womb center. Open your womb and let it fill with color and energy and the energy of love of the Moon Mother. Repeat in your mind, I open my womb center with love to receive the energies of light green and pale orange moonlight. I open my womb center with love to receive the energies of light green and pale orange moonlight. Let's continue to bask in the moon's rays, Moon Mother's love. For the next 8 minutes. Breathing and receiving the light green, pale orange rays of moonlight and love into your womb. Repeating in your mind, I open my womb center with love to receive the energies of light green and pale orange. Bathing and basking in the Moon Mother's full moonlight. Feeling yourself held in the energy of the wolf pack, a circle of women all over the world. Keep breathing and receiving the pale orange and light green moon rays into your womb center. With or without a womb, the energy center lives in your lower belly. Your mind wanders, bringing your awareness back to your womb tree roots, the full moon above, and basking in the moon rays of light green and pale orange, opening your womb to receive these rays with love, breaking up the old and stagnant energies and allowing the flow of the maiden energies into your womb, into your life, into your heart. Notice how you feel and what you see. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. Grow your womb tree roots down deep into the earth. Bring your awareness to your heart and feel gratitude for the healing gift of the Moon Mother. And smile and open your eyes. So that is the meditation from Miranda Gray that we just did. She's a beloved teacher and mentor of mine, and every month I like to use her um, moon rays, the moon rays that she tells us that the moon is um, beaming down uh, and receiving those into our wombs as each of our wombs awaken the divine feminine. As women, we are bearers, literal vessels of the awakening of the divine feminine on earth, as each of our wombs lights up and awakens to the divine feminine spark. All the women in our circles, in our lives, um, their wombs get touched by that awakening, and it sparks more and more of the awakening of the divine feminine, which when I first started this work, wow, let's say 2008 is the first time I taught Moon Goddess, which is the yoga and meditation practice I've developed over the years of working with women's menstrual cycles and the moon and regulating hormonal health and period problems and mostly fertility. Most women that ended up coming to my classes when I was teaching live were women who were trying to conceive, and then Moon Goddess became known for its effectiveness for fertility. So, um, yeah, back in 2008, which is, oh my God, how long ago? 12 years now. There were very few women that wanted to talk about menstrual cycles and moon cycles. So it's really like a real blessing and gift for me to be connecting with you all here, sharing these teachings from Miranda, the teachings that I've developed through her inspiration, and now through Yoga Farm, doing the yoga teacher training. Um, Gosh, my nose is so stuffed up. um, so I'd love to know your impressions. What happened for you in the meditation? How it felt? What you saw? Anything that anyone wants to share? It's always so beautiful to hear um, before we open our circle back up and release you back into the world. I'd love to know what that meditation was like for you. Is it your first time here? Is it a new experience? If you've been here before, maybe is this a unique experience or does it feel similar to the time you've been receiving the moon rays before? I'd love to hear what that experience was like for you. So I'll give you a few moments. just know that whatever intention you are holding in your hearts for today's meditation, energetically, we're all holding, as this wolf pack, your intentions, and you're holding our intentions, and this beautiful circle of um, intentional visioning into being. All right, so let's see. Um, Sari says, I was very emotional when we did the candle burning and felt calmed by your meditation. Your guiding voice is gentle and beautiful. Thank you, Sari. And April says, deeply relaxing. April says, also, I've been here many times, but this was different. I was like in a trance, really cool, beautiful. And Tabitha says, I don't know where I was, but this was different. I was in a trance, really cool, awesome. Rebecca says, Shakti, Shiva, and hearts, beautiful. Katie says, I saw myself pregnant and I saw twins. Oh, that's beautiful, Katie. All right. So feel free, if you're still writing, leave us a comment. I will always read every comment that's sent. Rose says, thank you, felt the soothing, where'd it go? Presence of the orange and green rays. I like that the meditation is similar every month. It has been a nice ritual for me the past few months. Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. Yes, it is hard to sit still if you feel the fire in you burning. I forget who that was. Was it Melissa? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. But hard to sit still. But as soon as I started focusing on the moonbeams, pale green, light green, and pale orange, I was able to drop in, really become part of the divine collective. Beautiful, Melissa. All right. So, again, I want to express my gratitude for all of you, to all of you for being here, for joining me monthly, whether this is your first time or you come regularly. Ooh, someone says, I saw Kali, the goddess. Um, oh my gosh, the warrior goddess. My nose is really plugged. And okay, so I wanted to share with you that if you are curious about the work that I do, teaching Moon Goddess, if you're a yoga teacher or someone who is into healing work and wants to do a deep dive into your own healing work with menstrual cycles and the moon, then I invite you to join me for an interview with Yoga Farm tomorrow here in the Yoga Goddess Support Circle at noon Eastern, so 9 a.m. Pacific, um, and 5 p.m. UK time. And we're going to be talking about the 300-hour advanced yoga teacher training. So it's for both yoga teachers and those who aren't teachers but would like to learn more about working with yoga, menstrual cycles, moon cycles, Enneagram, Ayurveda, and Kundalini yoga, most importantly. So the tradition that I teach is Kundalini yoga, and Moon Goddess, my cycle harmonizing, fertility enhancing yoga and meditation practice, is based in Kundalini yoga. So, yeah, if you're interested in learning more, if you know someone else who would love to know about this advanced yoga teacher training, please invite them to tune in at noon Eastern. I'll be talking with Daniela and Jeannie from Yoga Farm, who are so funny and awesome and so full of wisdom, and excited to share them with you if you don't already know them. And if you already do, you might want to just join in for the fun. All right, so I see lots of awesome conversation happening here. And Cheryl, I just wanted to read your comment. Cheryl says, I had a hysterectomy at 26. I'm now 63. I truly felt the contented, ready to howl. Oh, I love that, Cheryl. Beautiful. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that even with, if your physical womb has been removed, that energy center is still there. So whether you are born as a woman or female, identifying um, the energy space in your lower belly, you can connect to your womb energy, with or without a womb. All right, so happy to be here with you. Our circle is now open, but always unbroken, and it's always a pleasure to spend our full moons together. Um, Next month, unfortunately, I will not be able to lead a meditation. I'm having a not serious surgery February 22nd, which is only a few days um, before the full moon. So keep me in your thoughts, please, for good outcome, which I'm expecting. Um, but so not next month. We won't be seeing you, but we'll be back in March, the end of March, um, which I can't remember. But it's the equinox, close to the equinox or full moon. It will be around the 28th, I believe. And I can't remember if it's the worm moon, but we'll see you back in March. And hopefully see you tomorrow here again at noon. And sending you lots of full moon, wolf moon love. Go out there and howl when you see the full moon tonight. Um, I welcome you to go on to your balcony, your backyard, wherever you have access to the outside, and let out a soul howl to the moon. Lots of love. And I will share the article I mentioned also in the support circle if you want to do the ritual with guys. Bye for now.